What's going on, everyone? Hate to say we've been gone a little bit. Unfortunately, that is not what I wanted to do. I do want to keep you guys updated, you know, at least weekly. Once I get some cars going, I plan on doing that at least twice a week. So, you know, you guys bear with me. The channel has been growing a bunch, and just stick with me. I promise, you know, videos are going to come out more often. We just been busy. We had a situation with a house that we own where, unfortunately, tenants that were living in it kind of made a mess of it, so had to go over there and do some house chores. But we're back with the car content, and we've been working on this little guy, so we finally got this thing coming along. I'm going to shoot a video on this, like I keep telling you. I just got, like I said, got distracted, but wanted to give you guys an update on the Starlet that we're doing. I never did a full feature on that particular car. I wanted to do that. And so again, here's a Starlet. I did give you guys little pinpointers here and there, but I wanted to give you guys a full rundown on the build of this car. We got some good stuff that just came in, some other parts that are being ordered. You can see I got the strut jig set up there for the struts to get the wheels mounted. I haven't finished that because I've been waiting on the front wheels just to verify that I do have the proper ride height and all that. So I got the tires for the car in. The front tires for this in. The front wheels are actually built and finished. I'm just waiting on the back wheels to get done. But here's the motor. Short block's already done. Cylinder head is actually finished for this as well. I just got to get the struts mounted. Once I get the struts mounted, I'm going to get all that finished. Then I'm going to get a steering rack in the car. Get the motor in the car as well with a dummy motor. I got the dummy motor down there, as you can see. Here's a dummy motor, dummy head. This will be the billet intake for it with 8 injectors. So I'm going to work on that, and actually have a little surprise that I'm not going to mention right now, but I will keep you guys posted in the next few days. So be sure you stay tuned, because I'm going to put up a video coming up of what's happening in the next few days. But back to the Starlet. So in this particular car, we basically built the whole floor, funny car cage, and just doing a ton of upgrades. I got the carbon fiber seat for it. I need to get that mounted. I got the frame kit to mount that. Roof stuff, I got to clean all that old, you know, insulation stuff that was in there. That needs to come out. But one of the biggest upgrades we just got is we just got a brand new rear end housing in for it. This is a Jerry Bickle built unit, all chromoly. It didn't have that before, so I was talking to the owner of the car to make sure that we got this thing built. So that's why we've been on hold as well. But you can see this thing is just a beast. I mean, look at all the gussets on the inside. It's got a 3/8 thick face flange. I mean, man, it's super strong. You know, they put all these gussets in here, the doublers for the 4-link. I mean, it's just crazy. Wishbone will be mounted up top. So there's a lot of things that had me on hold with this car, because we really didn't know the avenue it was going to go, or what route we were really going to take with it. We knew it was going to have a 3S motor. We didn't know how radical. So originally we talked about maybe going like a 750 with the car. With the 3S, it should be capable of that fairly easy, depending on the turbo and how much boost we plan on running. So, but then as things kind of dragged on, he kept saying, you know, man, you know what, I want to go faster. I want to go faster. So a lot of things with the car had to be changed on how we were going to build the thing. So I kept telling him, look, we can't use the rear end housing that we have. So it's been a progress, and a little slow, but I plan on focusing on this car big time in the next couple months. Now that we got the rear end housing ordered, like I said, the front wheels, here's the transmission. Originally the car had a GF5R that we did not want to use as well, because it was basically borderline of what that GF5R could take. GF5Rs are made to handle about maybe 850 max if you want them to be reliable. You know, 700 is a good point for them. So that was another upgrade we had to do. We had to get the GeForce 2000 transmission, which we did that. Once we got the transmission, that's when I talked him into getting the rear end housing. So that's how things kind of trickled along there. And of course, sitting next to the Starlet is my car, which I've done a lot of stuff to as well. I just haven't updated you guys lately. I want to get you guys a good update. A lot of the stuff in the rear has been done. A lot of these tubes have been notched and ready to go. I just got to weld them all in. But it's really a race between these two cars. So ultimately I want to get the Starlet done first before I get my car finished. But as I work on the Starlet, I kind of bounce over here and work on my car. When I work on my car, I kind of bounce over here and work on the Starlet. That's kind of the way things are. But my focus now that I have the housing for the Starlet will be to really focus on getting this car done and running. Now that I got the housing as well, I'm going to mock up and figure out what rear end, what tire is gonna go in the car. So I couldn't really do that until I knew what, once I figured out the configuration on the actual rear end. Because the rear end that originally was in this car, built for this car, was wider than what we had here. So the offset of the rear wheel was gonna be different. And I didn't like that either. So there's just been a lot of battles that I just been like, man, you know, I don't really want the guy to spend a bunch of money on a bunch of new stuff. But as everybody knows, if you want to go fast, you kind of got to have the best of the best. I mean, not even the best of the best, but something that is capable of handling the power that you want to throw at it. So we worked on that. Now that we got the rear end housing, I actually made the new housing 2 inches narrower than the housing that we originally had for this car. So again, I couldn't order wheels. I was kind of on a holding pattern there. But now that we got the housing, now that we got the transmission, the motor's built, steering column kit is here, seat bracket frame kit is all here. My next thing to do, I don't know if I showed you guys in one of the videos, but it had these really tiny, they're almost like 3/16, maybe even 1/8 inch. I mean, these things are so thin. So again, that was another problem. That was not going to work. So I ordered these chromoly 1/4 inch brackets, and I had to get them to fit in the car. So I did that. Originally when they built this car, unfortunately these folding brackets were already here. I didn't want to get into taking them all out and redoing all that as well. So I figured why not just reinforce them regardless instead of cutting all that out. So that's what I plan on doing. I'm gonna cut this out so the car can be a little lower than we would like it. We don't need these. We should be able to get the instant center that we want with these holes. Should work out good enough. So what I did also was I bought the remainder brackets to support the rest of this forelink. So all these are gonna go in here. It's the same bracket. I guess back in the day, whoever built this bracket, which actually came from Applied Racing Technology, probably made this one but just a lot thinner, so that is not going to work. But now that I add the 1/4 inch on top of this other bracket, it should be super strong. So that way I can weld all this here and get this really reinforced and just make it the way that I want. So still a lot of things to do. You know, I think I have to reinforce the shock mount. I don't like the way they did the shock mount on this car also. If you can see back here, they didn't weld back there. They didn't weld on the inside of the shock mount. So things, again, I really don't like. You can look here, you can see they didn't weld inside of there. So I'm gonna do my best to reinforce all that. Ultimately, this car will be leaving the States as well. It will be going somewhere else. But once we get it running, I will actually drive the car here in Florida, and we might even take it to some of the events, some of the races, you know, and they'll fly here and we'll race here for a bit, and then we'll ship it to wherever it's gonna go. So one of the next updates, like I said, I'm gonna work on these forelink brackets. I'm gonna order the back wheels. I'm gonna get the rear end housing in here. I'll shoot a video of that once the rear end housing is presented in the car, and then get the back wheels in the car, and then it should start moving along, finish all the interior work, the chassis work, and all that. So stay tuned, and I'll get you guys an update coming soon. Take it easy, bye.